What do an ancient Persian fire temple, a Jedi lightsaber, and a volcano god in the South Pacific have in common? They're all part of real religions, some ancient, some surprisingly modern. Welcome to the Mind Metrics. Religion has shaped empires, sparked revolutions, and guided billions through life and death. But behind the sacred texts and holy symbols lie facts so bizarre, so unexpected, they'll leave you questioning everything you thought you knew. From sacred cows to celestial battles and monks who won't harm a fly, here are 30 astonishing facts about religion that you've probably never heard before. Fact 1. Hinduism is the world's oldest active religion. Hinduism dates back over 4,000 years and possibly even earlier, making it older than most known civilizations. It has no single founder and is a fusion of various cultural beliefs and practices. The religion is centered around concepts like karma, dharma, duty, moksha, liberation, and samsara, the cycle of rebirth. Its scriptures, including the Vedas and the Upanishads, remain deeply influential, and its deities, such as Vishnu, Shiva, and Devi, represent various aspects of cosmic function and consciousness. Fact 2. The Bible is the best-selling and most widely distributed book in human history. More than 5 billion copies of the Bible have been printed and distributed globally. It has been translated into over 3,500 languages, more than any other book. The Bible is composed of two main sections, the Old Testament and the New Testament, written over a span of more than 1,000 years by over 40 different authors. It's not just a religious text, it's influenced Western law, literature, art, and philosophy. Fact 3. Zoroastrianism likely introduced the concepts of heaven, hell, angels, and the final judgment. Founded by the prophet Zoroaster, or Zarathustra, in ancient Persia around 1200 BCE. Zoroastrianism centered on the cosmic struggle between good, Ahura Mazda, and evil, I Angra Mainyu. It emphasized free will, morality, and the afterlife. Many scholars argue that Jewish, Christian, and Islamic beliefs about the end of the world, resurrection, and angels were heavily influenced by Zoroastrian theology during the Babylonian exile. Fact 4. The word religion comes from the Latin religare, meaning to bind. The term suggests that religion serves to bind individuals to each other, to moral obligations, and to a higher power or divine reality. It highlights the role of religion not just as belief, but as a powerful force in forming social, ethical, and personal identity throughout history. Fact 5. Buddhism doesn't center on a god, but on self-liberation. Founded by Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha, in the 5th to 6th century BCE, Buddhism teaches that suffering, dukkha, is an inherent part of life, and that it can be overcome through the Eightfold Path, a system of ethical conduct, mental discipline, and wisdom. Unlike most religions, Buddhism does not demand worship of a supreme deity, but rather encourages meditation, mindfulness, and compassion as tools for enlightenment. Fact 6. The Quran has remained virtually unchanged for over 1,400 years. Muslims believe the Quran is the literal word of God, revealed in Arabic to Prophet Muhammad by the angel Gabriel. Remarkably, the text has remained preserved in its original form since its compilation in the 7th century. Thousands of people today still memorize the entire Quran, a tradition known as hifz. Ancient manuscripts discovered in Yemen confirm the astonishing consistency of the text. Fact 7. Many Japanese people follow both Shinto and Buddhism at the same time. This religious duality is called Shinbutsu Shugo. Shinto, Japan's native spirituality, emphasizes nature worship and ancestor reverence. Buddhism, which arrived from China and Korea in the 6th century, provides teachings about suffering, death, and rebirth. Today, it's common for Japanese people to hold Shinto ceremonies for life events and Buddhist rituals for funerals. Fact 8. Judaism, inspired by Star Wars, is recognized as a religion in some countries. What started as a joke in the 2001 census, where thousands of people listed Jedi as their religion, evolved into a spiritual movement. Modern Judaism focuses on personal growth, peace, self-discipline, and mindfulness, drawing inspiration from the fictional Jedi Code. In countries like the UK and New Zealand, it's been acknowledged as a belief system, though not legally recognized in all places. Fact 9. The Dalai Lama rejected asylum from the US to stay in exile in India. After the Chinese annexation of Tibet in 1959, the 14th Dalai Lama fled to India and established a government in exile. Though he was offered protection by several nations, including the US, he chose to remain close to Tibet in Dharamshala, India. Today, he is a global advocate for nonviolence, compassion, and religious harmony. Fact 10. Christianity has more than 45,000 different denominations worldwide. Despite sharing core beliefs about Jesus Christ, denominations vary widely in doctrine, practices, and governance. Major branches include Roman Catholicism, Eastern Orthodoxy, and Protestantism. Under Protestantism alone, you'll find subgroups like Baptists, Methodists, Presbyterians, Pentecostals, and Evangelicals, each with their own interpretations of the Bible. Fact 11. Sikhism, founded in the 15th century, emphasizes radical equality. Created by Guru Nanak in Punjab, India, Sikhism rejected caste distinctions, idol worship, and ritualism. Sikhs believe in one God and uphold values like service known as seva, justice, and devotion. The Guru Granth Sahib, their central scripture, is written in poetic form and emphasizes the unity of all mankind. Sikhism also promotes gender equality and community kitchens known as langar, which is open to everyone. Fact 12. The Vatican is the smallest independent country in the world, both in area and population. Located entirely within Rome, Italy, the Vatican covers just 0.2 square miles and has fewer than 1,000 citizens, most of whom are clergy. It's governed by the Pope, the spiritual leader of the Catholic Church. Despite its size, the Vatican holds immense global influence and houses priceless art, including Michelangelo's Pietà and the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. Fact 13. Ancient Egyptians believed in gods with animal heads and human bodies. Religion in ancient Egypt was deeply symbolic. Gods like Anubis with a jackal head, Horus, falcon head, and Thoth, ibis head, embodied specific aspects of life in the afterlife. Egyptians built massive temples and pyramids as religious acts, believing in a journey to the afterlife judged by the weight of one's heart against a feather. Fact 14. The Bhagavad Gita is a 700-verse spiritual guide within a war epic. Part of the Indian epic Mahabharata, the Gita is a dialogue between Prince Arjuna and the god Krishna on the battlefield. It explores themes like duty, dharma, righteousness, and the nature of the soul. The text has inspired leaders like Gandhi and thinkers like Aldous Huxley and is studied worldwide for its philosophical depth. Fact 15. Confucianism, though often seen as a philosophy, functions like a religion. Founded by Confucius in the 6th century BCE China, it emphasizes family loyalty, respect for elders, and social harmony. While it doesn't feature gods or an afterlife, it includes rituals, temples, and ceremonies. In countries like South Korea and Vietnam, Confucian values still shape education, politics, and family structures. Fact 16. Islam is currently the world's fastest-growing major religion. With over 2 billion followers today, Islam is expanding due to high birth rates in Muslim-majority countries and conversions, especially in Africa and Europe. Pew Research projects that Islam could surpass Christianity by the year 2060. Major beliefs include monotheism, charity, fasting during Ramadan, and the pilgrimage to Mecca known as Hajj. Fact 17. Norse gods were not immortal, they could die. In Norse mythology, even gods like Odin and Thor are destined to fall during Ragnarok, the prophesied end-time battle. The myth portrays a cyclical universe where creation and destruction occur repeatedly. This mortal view of gods reflected the harsh lives of the Viking people who valued honor in both life and death. Fact 18. Jain monks wear masks to avoid killing even microscopic life. Jainism, an ancient Indian religion, takes nonviolence, ahimsa, to its most extreme form. Monks sweep the ground before them to avoid stepping on insects and wear cloth masks to prevent inhaling tiny organisms. They believe that all living beings, even bacteria, have souls and should not be harmed. Fact 19. Scientology teaches that humans are immortal beings called thetans. Founded by L. Ron Hubbard in the 1950s, Scientology views human beings as spiritual entities trapped in physical bodies. Through a process called auditing, followers attempt to free themselves from the emotional traumas of countless past lives, including some from other planets or galaxies. Fact 20. The concept of karma in Buddhism and Hinduism is deeper than simple cause and effect. Karma literally means action in Sanskrit, but it's more than just good or bad deeds. It refers to a moral law of cause and consequence that spans across lifetimes. Every thought, word, or action you take influences your future, whether in this life or the next. It's not about punishment or reward, but about alignment with universal truth and balance. Fact 21. The John Frum movement on the island of Tanna in Vanuatu worships an American soldier as a deity. This is one of the most well-known examples of a cargo cult. During World War II, U.S. soldiers arrived on the island bringing vast supplies, or cargo. After the war, locals believed a divine figure named John Frum would return with more riches. Even today, they hold rituals and ceremonies to welcome him back, including mock military parades. Fact 22. Judaism is the first recorded monotheistic religion. Judaism introduced the revolutionary idea of one, all-powerful, indivisible God at a time when polytheism dominated the ancient world. This belief laid the groundwork for both Christianity and Islam. Its foundational text, the Torah, outlines laws, traditions, and the history of the Jewish people and their covenant with God. Fact 23. The Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster was created to challenge religious privilege. Also known as Pastafarianism, this parody religion was founded in 2005 by Bobby Henderson to protest the teaching of intelligent design in Kansas schools. Followers wear colanders on their heads, celebrate Talk Like a Pirate Day, and argue that religion should not receive special treatment in public policy or education. Fact 24. Mormons believe that God was once a mortal man. In the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, LDS, it's taught that God the Father was once a mortal who achieved godhood. Humans, too, can become like God in the afterlife through righteousness and obedience. Mormons also believe in modern-day prophets and have additional scriptures such as the Book of Mormon. Fact 25. Taoism teaches that true power lies in yielding, not in force. Founded by Laozi in ancient China, Taoism is based on the Tao Te Ching, which speaks of the Tao, or Way, a natural order of the universe. Unlike religions that emphasize action, Taoism advocates harmony through inaction, Wu Wei, balance, yin and yang, and going with the flow of nature. Fact 26. Some indigenous religions believe animals and trees have spirits. Animism, a belief common in many indigenous traditions across Africa, Asia, and the Americas, holds that everything in nature has a soul: animals, rivers, mountains, and even rocks. This worldview fosters deep environmental respect and a spiritual connection with the land, which is central to many tribal ceremonies and rites. Fact 27. Baha'i faith teaches that all major religions come from the same divine source. Founded in the 19th century in Persia, Baha'i faith promotes unity of all people and religions. Its followers believe that Abraham, Moses, Buddha, Jesus, Muhammad, and others were all messengers of the same God. Baha'is emphasize global peace, gender equality, and the elimination of prejudice. Fact 28. The Aztecs performed massive religious rituals, including human sacrifice. Aztec religion was deeply ritualistic, with gods like Huitzilopochtli requiring blood offerings to keep the cosmos in balance. They believed that the sun would stop rising if it wasn't nourished by human hearts. At its peak, tens of thousands of people were sacrificed in massive ceremonies atop temple pyramids. Fact 29. Some Christian denominations reject the use of modern technology for religious reasons. Groups like the Amish and Old Order Mennonites reject electricity, automobiles, and even buttons. believing that technology leads to pride and disconnects them from God and community. Their lifestyle is rooted in simplicity, humility, and separation from the perceived corruption of modern society. Fact 30. Religious freedom is still restricted in many parts of the world. According to organizations like Pew Research and Amnesty International, over 80 countries have significant limitations on religious practice. In some nations, converting to a different faith is punishable by imprisonment or death. Even in democratic societies, religious minorities often face discrimination, surveillance, or violence, making freedom of belief a continuing global issue. Religion isn't just about gods and rituals, it's about people, culture, mystery, and meaning. Whether you follow a faith, question it, or just love learning about the human story, one thing is clear: belief has shaped our world in ways more surprising than you ever imagined. If you found these facts eye-opening, mind-bending, or just plain fascinating, go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe to the Mind Metrics for more deep dives into the things that make us, well, human. And don't forget to ring the bell so you never miss the next idea that might just change the way you think. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay curious.